Everybody gather around. You want to see the oldest recipe in the oldest indigenous recipe in the world? And I took it off and I was like, that's the oldest recipe in the world right there. It's already done. It's already made for you. You just eat it raw. What I ate was the spinal cord from the backbone. It's got so much flavor to it, it's insane. It's just so thick. Like one of the things that you do also whenever you learn about these foods, it's almost like you decolonize your palate. It's so cool. I'll eat this stuff raw all day long. It's you know, it's long. It goes all along the spine. But like I'll eat this stuff all day long because it's like, to me, it's like stem cell, basically, right? I mean, just the research on it. This stuff is. I have like so many issues. I have back problems brought on by rheumatoid arthritis, and one of the things that they needed for me to do is like I have to like introduce all these things into my life, all these pills, and it just made me feel ugly, and then it gave me stomach problems. It was awful. So my wife, God bless her, started making more of the foods like this that have this stuff in it, that has all the nutrients that your body needs. And so all I do is eat this stuff. And to be honest, bro, I feel better. I feel better. My back feels better. Everything just feels better. You get to use like parts of the animal, the stomach. Everything's edible on the buffalo. If it's like a grass-fed buffalo, you eat whatever you want off of it.
When the back of your tongue picks up on a bitter flavor, it sends a signal through the vagus nerve to the liver, directly to the liver, to dump everything it's been holding on to. So the reason that we have these days so much cirrhosis, so much fatty liver, so much like diminished liver function is because we don't eat bitter stuff. We think everything we eat needs to be sweet or salty.
Yeah.
You know, so the Ojibwas back in the day, I was talking to my friend up in Toronto, Joe Pitawanakwit, he's amazing. He said that, so like the Lakota would do what Lisa's talking about and take pieces of the liver and dip it in the bile of the gallbladder and eat that as a bitter thing in the winter. Ojibwas would take pieces of fish that they would get through the ice and dip it in the gallbladder bile from the fish and eat that in the winter. So it's pretty cool. Everyone is doing the same thing, you know, that intuitive indigenous knowledge. Japan and China in particular stir fry with bile.
Here goes this. So that's the gallbladder. It's right here. Okay. So it doesn't open. So take your finger and put it inside. Just dip it in there and taste it.
Okay. Where's the opening?
It's right on top where I handed it to you.
So that would be the bile?
Yeah, I'll just kind of
keep it brave all day.
There you go.
Expression on her face.
Right there. See that hole?
Yeah, it is like sweet and bitter.
Sweet and
Yeah.
bitter at the same time, right? It's crazy.
Okay.
I think you got it.
Immune system booster.
Do what?
This is the immune system booster.
Yeah, it is. And liver medicine.
Okay.
Wow. That's, wow.
Actually not that.
It's unexpected, right?
It's actually, it's almost
That
like
ain't too bad, huh?
Not too bad.
yeah, it's like,
There you
I've had it.
go. Trying the bile.
Oh.
You want to try it?
What you do is you get the esophagus separated from the rest of the neck, because the esophagus goes straight to the respiratory system. And so all we got to do is take this with the whole, shove it back into the chest cavity, reach it from the inside, and everything will come out with it.
So when they talk about foods that were edible while they were butchering, this is one of them. So this is why we think that, you know, they ate the stomach contents during the winter months when there were hardly any plants around and stuff. So you can just clean it off the best you can. And just eat it. It's a little, I don't know, like salty or something like that. Does anybody want to try it? Oh, sorry, babe.
I'll try.
Okay. So, better piece off for you. And let me know what you think about it.
Put water on it.
So you think that it's like, oh, it's just stomach contents, it's not, it's gross or whatever, it's not so bad.
Is it gourmet?
What do you think about the texture?
So, dude, do you know if it's like dried before it's used in soup, or is it usually pretty fresh, cut up and
Yeah, I mean,
fried?
it depends on how you preserve it, I'd imagine, but probably just clean it and then package it and put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you can see how like pink and white it is.
Yeah, yeah.
But without all the stuff, then it should be pretty clean.
It almost looks like a plucked chicken, kind of a little bit.
Yeah,
once
Yeah,
it's-
it does.
yeah.
Such a weird texture.
Yeah. It's crazy texture. So just like a thin layer,
Yeah,
kind
that's all it
of.
is. It's a thin layer. And it's pretty fragile.
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
Oh my god.
Who it came from? Why they did certain things to it? Because
What he remembers.
what he was remembering, yeah, about, you know, hunting with his dad, like that. Those things right there are really important to hear. It goes along with your food sovereignty stuff.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, because you start to understand like the cultural significance of it through those stories.
And why people eat what they eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And how they prepared it and why they prepared it like that.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like, it's so understandable. Like, if they had to go 10 years without walleye, what did they eat? What did you guys eat when you didn't have walleye in the lake?
Yeah.
Hamburger? Probably, right?
Here you go, brother. Yep.
You gotta get what you can from the store or whatever.
Yeah. But, you know, understanding that. So you knew why it was important, you know, for your people. To have that as a part of your diet. Like that. Let's see, where's the third one? Doing okay?
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna drink some coffee.
Yeah, you should.
Were bison harvested in the summertime?
Yeah, you can harvest them in the summertime. But like I said, it's the flies. So you would have to kind of erase the heat. That way you get it all put away right away and it doesn't sit out because it can spoil really fast. Really fast. We try not to do them in the summer times, but if somebody wants to do it in the summer times, we're down, you know. It's just, we'd prefer to do it more in the colder months like this, where if you need to take a break, that's fine if you take a break. If you have the time to do this stuff, you should take the time to do it.
Actually do it.
Yeah, and not rush it because, I mean, how many people know that you can actually cut that with your knife right here? Because everybody thinks, I need a saw.
Saw it.
No, you don't need a saw. You know, you're just in a hurry. You don't want to sit, you know, take the time to understand where you need to take it off. So you're going to do the same thing with this one. So you're going to go up here. You're going to find out where the joint is, cut around it, go back down, just like what you did with this one.
Okay.
Yep. So one of the ranchers had given us a cow given us a cow, so they were preparing it at my grandma's house. And I was just a little girl. And I remember all of the women had come together and they started butchering it. They didn't allow us to be a part of it. So yeah, so they did everything, and we just stood there and we watched, you know. But I remember my auntie, she was a lot shorter than me. I remember her getting on top of it and then cutting its neck, and I was like, oh, you know. And I became fascinated with it then, but I had nobody to teach me. Yeah, they had no patience for kids, none. So it's like every time they were doing anything, they shoot us away all the time. You know, we had to go play and go on like that. So we never really were around it enough to learn, you know, what the heck they were doing and why. So like whenever I see the kids that are interested in it, it's like, get in there, try it, you know, because that's the only way you're gonna learn is by getting in there and trying it. And tasting things too. So I'm really fascinated whenever kids start to show interest in it.